Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music, and I'm going to break down my favorite rock riffs of the 80s. Now, if you disagree with me or I missed one, please let me know in the comments below, and make sure you stick around to number one because it may surprise you. Also, quick plug, you can help decide what lessons I teach by being one of my patrons at my Patreon site. Check out the link in the description below. Let's get to the countdown. Number 10, Eye of the Tiger. Oh my gosh. Now, if you're not a Gen Xer, you might not remember the impact that Eye of the Tiger had on young, impressionable minds as myself. The song was so big that it actually made Rocky III an even bigger movie. This is one of those instances where the song actually helped the movie, which doesn't happen a lot. I think the biggest phenomenon of that I can remember right now, two of them. The first Frozen movie did that, and then also like the Star is Born, I'm in the deep end, you know, so everyone, oh, and The Bodyguard. The Bodyguard, I Will Always Love You, that sometimes a song transcends the movie, and Eye of the Tiger is the one of the 80s. So there's all these amazing pop culture impact of the 80s. Eye of the Tiger is the one, so let's rock it. Now, number 9, you may not think of as an 80s song, but it truly is from the 80s, and it's also an original from Stevie Ray Vaughan. So SRV, Pride and Joy, probably the number one SRV song that everyone listens to. When I heard this song, I didn't play guitar yet. It didn't fit in with any of the music of the 80s at that time, but you cannot deny the power of Stevie Ray Vaughan as being, you know, one of the guitar greats of all time. And this is his most famous song, and it's from the 80s. So, SRV, we got a tasty Strat sound that we're going to use, and he's the man. Pride and Joy. Number 8, Bon Jovi, Livin' on a Prayer. This is another classic. I picked this one because 1, you gotta have Bon Jovi in the 80s, and 2, this is using that classic talk box, which I don't have for the demo here, but man, the world never forgot Bon Jovi after this song came out. Classic 80s rock. The hair is big, the guitars are loud, the whammies are extreme, and it's Living on a Prayer. number 7, which is Metallica's One. Now, this song had a huge, huge impact on me because I am from the MTV era. I would get home from middle school and crank on MTV, and they would have the top 10 countdown, right, when I'd get home from school. And Metallica had never made music videos. And during this time, this is actually, I believe, this is late 80s, this particular song. But during this time, if you didn't have a video on MTV, no one really knew you. So Metallica was still, even though, there were metalheads out there that loved them, Metallica was kind of still an underground band. Just for the very fact that they didn't have a popular video on MTV. They were kind of anti-establishment. And they finally did it. And when they did it, that's when they became a super band. The One video is very dark. It had a huge impact, and I still remember to this day, the first time watching it. We didn't have Spotify and streaming, so I didn't own the album, and I'll just never forget when they go into that part at the end, Landmine, take him outside, take him outside. It's amazing. It's One. It's Metallica, and it's iconic. It starts off very mellow and haunting. You got the... obviously amazing, and it's just nice and mellow. And then Landmine! Now we're at number 6, which is Pour Some Sugar on Me by Def Leppard, another 80s era MTV arena anthem. And I dare you to listen to this song one time and have it not be stuck in your head. The guitar playing's amazing. The chorus is huge and catchy. It still has a rock edge, but it's also got that pop vibe going on. And once again, some of the things I remember getting home from school, watching MTV. He had a nice, really blonde, feathery mullet with the classic, perfectly cut up jeans. I think someone had a samurai sword and cut down his jeans down the line. It's awesome rock and roll, and I miss this era. Let's get to it. Come on! That's a little, that's a little, that's a little, yeah! Come on! Number 5, Rolling Stones, Start Me Up. This is the first band that made it on my 70s list. Now they're making it on the 80s list. But what's special about that is Keith Richards didn't change a thing from the 70s to the 80s. He's using the same tuning here, his classic open G tuning. I didn't feel like clipping off the top string because I like to use this Telecaster for other stuff. One of the biggest bands in the world, showing their relevance through the 60s, 70s, and now 80s. And it's still one of their best songs. It's another weird thing is that, a band that had already been around for over 2 decades still comes out with a song that could be considered one of their best songs. So we've got Start Me Up, and I won't do it without my little fakey impersonation. It's a little clap, the lips, and the rooster with the rooster wings. So that's all I got for you. But it's Start Me Up! Oh, yeah! right, that brings us to number 4, which is Van Halen Panama. Man, what an amazing song. I did not play guitar when this song was at its peak of popularity. In fact, I wish I had my buddy Brett Papa here right now to help me, because Van Halen was what got him playing guitar. But I will tell you, even though I don't have Panama perfect, I've practiced it a lot this week. I've had some free time, but I practiced it a lot, so I've been working on it. I'm still want to tighten it up, but there's something that's so amazing, because after Eddie Van Halen, so many guitar players copied his style. And so what I found is that they got the notes right, like the finger tapping, the chords. The magic of Eddie Van Halen wasn't just the finger tapping, the soloing, the chords, it was the feel, his groove. That is something that is so special and unique to Eddie Van Halen. I think someone that comes close is like a Nuno Bettencourt, who's got the flash, but also always can get right back into the groove. And even on this song, there's like odd-timed riffs over even-timed beats. The other thing I really like about it, since I've been practicing it this last week, is the stuff where he, plays the classic riff and then fills almost like a call and response with those classic, like, wow, wow, so he's always got those little like surprises. Even though you're hearing like a riff that's familiar, he keeps doing little answers to the riffs with his other stuff. So that's what I noticed. I love this song. This is probably my favorite Van Halen song. It's the peak of, their power that they had with David Lee Roth, but it's got a really catchy chorus and amazing guitar playing. So it's kind of this perfect combination. So Van Halen Panama. Back in Black by AC/DC. This is the second band to make it onto my 80s list that was also on the 70s list. And it shouldn't surprise you, because AC/DC is one of the greatest rock bands of all time. If not the greatest, they're up there. There's something so cool about the song that we overlook. There's a couple things I'll mention. One is the beginning. It's that anticipation, like a countdown to a rocket taking off, like, like a bomb. Yeah, like a bomb ticking. Tick, 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 dun, 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 and then it goes into it. The other thing that's amazing about this, and it's one of AC/DC's secret weapons, is that open space creating a pocket in their grooves. Bun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun. I mean, those are some long rests with no sound, and it creates that pocket. Another thing, personal memory that I have, is my high school, Corona Del Mar High School in Newport Beach. We would get to go to the pep rallies. But I remember, they'd introduce the football team, and the football team would walk out almost all the time to Back in Black with the cheerleaders doing a routine to it. So that song, watching the cheerleaders, watching giant football players that looked like giants walk out, just, made this indelible mark in my memory. So I'll never forget that. Back in Black, it's amazing. In fact, I can't believe I actually can play guitar, because I loved that music so much back then. To now sit here as an adult and actually know it on guitar is just so freaking cool. So anyway, Back in Black. Now, we all know what Back in Black sounds like, but what does it sound like with the capo on the first fret, playing it in F instead of E? Said no one ever. Crazy Train, number 2. This is another one of those Marty Schwartz junior high classics. The cool kids listened to the Ozzy Osbourne, Randy Rhoads tribute album. It was a live album. I remember it was one of the first CDs I ever bought when CDs came out, and that's where I got exposed to actually a bunch of Black Sabbath as well as Ozzy Osbourne. That was the kind of the quintessential record that everyone I knew had, the Ozzy Osbourne tribute. So you just can't deny the power of this song and the impact that that live album had during the time in the 80s. Incredible. It's Crazy Train. What more can you say? Number 1, I said it may surprise you, but actually I was kind of just kidding there, because you can't really have 80s riffs without what is kind of considered the most popular guitar riff right now, even more so than, in my mind, it's more recognizable and popular than Stairway to Heaven. All right, did you enjoy the list? Do you disagree? Do you agree? Let me know in the comments below, you guys. I'm gonna do some more of these, so also let me know what you'd like to see. Thanks again for supporting Marty Music, and I can't wait to see you in another one of these videos real soon. Please take care of yourself. Be safe out there. We'll see you later.